Hey everyone, Super Saiyan Sanchez back here with another video. Bring you guys the long awaited Frieza third form. Excited about this one. Let's go ahead and check them out. And this is a 360 of the box. And he does have a lot of cool poses. A lot of people aren't big fans of the third form. They say they don't like the elongated head. Of course, it does remind everyone of that old school, the Alien movie from the 80s. So I actually think the form looks pretty cool. It does look a little off, but I prefer the second form. That's definitely my favorite form from Frieza. If you guys did see my last review, you guys will see that. Hey everyone, and this is all the accessories that third form Frieza does come with. He is stacked. He has that extra elongated head. He has the horns on his back, his crossed arms, his tail after it's been cut off, a Dragon Ball, 2 face plates, one of his effect pieces, and 3 extra set of hands. I think it's pretty good for the form. I think they give him a lot of extra accessories, and I always like when Tamashii does this. This is a plus. And here's the 360 of third form Frieza. Man, and he looks great. He is an odd figure. As a kid watching the show, I won't lie, I saw him and he was very scary. I think it's just the elongated head, and his face as well just looks off. But that's one of the forms that he have. If anyone did see my last video, second form Frieza is my top form. Like, I feel like he looks like a badass. Also, the final form when he becomes bulky, or full power form. Sorry, but I still think this figure is pretty cool. Hopefully, you guys think the same. All right, let's go ahead and remove this guy. Let me go ahead and take out the stand out the way. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, and he looks pretty amazing. Honestly, I was actually surprised about the head. Actually holding the head, it's actually not. It's actually really hollow, which is pretty good on Tamashii's part, because a lot of their figures, like Super Saiyan 3, Goku, his hair is a little like not as hollow as I would want it to be, so you could hold a pose. But the good thing that does help here is the tail. Sorry about the thunder, everyone. I'm recording and it's raining outside, so sorry about that if you hear that in the background. I also got the rabbits running around the house, so yeah. All right, let's go ahead and take a closer look at him. He does have his tail. It's pretty cool. A ball joint. You can move it around. You can rotate it. Pretty sick. He does have his little horn in the back along with his 2 horns. I'll go ahead and show you guys the removal of that. He does have his shoulder pads on the hinge. Pretty simple. Something similar to the second form, but this is more out versus the second form, which is like down. The third form is just kind of sticking up. I'll go ahead and show you guys a comparison on that a little bit. And the chest plate is very similar to the second form. He does have shorter legs, of course. He's a shorter form. AJ's Customs does have extended legs for the cell, the first form cell, and for this form as well, the third form Frieza. I guess he's supposed to be taller, but I know he does. It looks like he kind of slouches, but like from what I saw the images of him, it looks like he's kind of slouchy, but I still think he looks pretty cool. He does have what second form Frieza does have, where he does extend his hands out, which is pretty cool, pretty amazing in my opinion. And that is ripped straight out of the anime. He looks very scary, that face. Oh man. That's how I feel. Like I said, I saw it as a kid and I was super scared of him, but I'll go ahead and remove the head for you guys and the horns. Alright, and I removed the tail and the horns. Let's go ahead and do this. He does have a L and a backwards L. And these horns are really hollow, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and pop it in. Here is the other one. Pop that in. That looks pretty cool. I'm excited to see what they could do with the horns if Tamashii releases an Omega Shenron. This looks pretty amazing, I think. Type of stuff. And here's his tail. Let's just pop it back into place. It is kind of a hassle to have to pop it in there. All right. And he does come with his crossed arms, which is pretty cool. Nothing crazy. I'll show you guys me putting it on as well. And he looks great with the crossed arms. One thing I wish that Tamashii did do was include the crossed arms in the second form. If you did see my last review, that was just one little thing that bothered me, that he didn't have the crossed arms. I thought it would have been great. And this is one of the effect pieces that he does come with. And it does have a little hole for his to put his two fingers inside of. Show you guys. Looks pretty cool. I like that Tamashii is starting to include more effect pieces. Something that I want them to do more often. And it's going to help us as collectors to do more pose abilities or do more poses, which is going to be pretty good. You know, we want to have more effect pieces. A lot of third parties make stuff like this, and that's why they get a lot of support. All Tamashii has to do is, you know, keep doing stuff like this for us, and we're going to love it for sure. And he does come with the Dragon Ball after, I guess they're lighting up. Pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool Dragon Ball, 6-star. So yeah. All right, and so I want to go ahead and bring in the second form as well, so I can show you guys side-by-side comparison. And if anyone did see the review, this is probably one of my top. It's probably my top 5 to 10 figures in my collection. This is beautiful. It's a great figure. So compared to the third form looks alright, but the second form just looks amazing. You can see some similarities as in the extended shoulder pads that he does grow, of course, versus this that lays down. Just like, I just think it looks amazing. It's, you know, like I said, it's an opinion. I personally like the second more than the third. A lot of people don't like the third form, so. And I want to go ahead and bring in the first form as well. You guys can see him. It's just, there's no comparison. The first one probably would win. Third form is just a little different to me, but it's okay. And I want to go ahead and show you guys articulation. It's the last thing before we get into the posing. He can lift his arm or rotate it a lot more than the second form could, because the shoulder pad is not hindering it. He can move his elbow. He can rotate his fist. See about his head. I'm pretty sure you can't rotate 360. I don't see why you would, but you could move it side to side, which is good. It does make a little sound. It's kind of annoying, but not a big deal. And he can bend his knee pretty good, so you can do poses. He can extend out pretty good. He can move his ankle. His foot, I'm sorry, he can move his foot a lot more. It does have the rotation. The bottom does have 360 rotation. And like I said, the shoulder pads, you can do moving up and down. The tail, you can spin it around. The extra piece, you can. It's on the ball joints. It's pretty cool. I like that. And I'm telling you, like, it's a huge thing for me. The plus is the horns on the back. They look amazing. With the horns, the look of this, it makes me have hope for a Omega Shenron when if Tamashii ever decides to get back to the GT line. So that's pretty cool. All right, everyone, and we're back. Hopefully you guys did like those poses, and I thought that was some amazing stuff that we did there. Overall, I still think this figure is pretty cool. He's probably one of the least liked Frieza forms. It is a weird figure, like I said it from the beginning. He has that elongated head. If anyone's ever seen Alien, I'm gonna throw that photo in here so you guys can see what I'm saying. The right corner. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Toriyama was inspired by that at the time. That was the 80s, so I wouldn't be surprised. I think that the figure is pretty cool. Third form Frieza is definitely something you should have in your collection for your Namek saga. If you guys have, a lot of the Saiyan armor, Gohan and Krillin, and even Vegeta, the Namek style Vegeta, I don't have that. I don't have him. I'm gonna get him soon. I think you should have him in your collection. I think that this figure is a solid figure. I'm gonna go ahead and give this figure a solid 8 out of 10. He's pretty cool, pretty amazing. The poses you can do with him is pretty cool. I feel like you should probably get the AJ's extended legs for him to be a little taller. That's me saying that. Not saying that you have to do that, but my opinion is, I just think it's pretty cool. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. I want to communicate more with you guys and have a community. Hopefully do a giveaway soon, maybe for 1,000 subscribers. Just putting it out there. If you guys are watching the full video, let me know what you guys think of the giveaway. I'm gonna go ahead and do some more thinking about what I'm gonna give, what figure I'm gonna give. But shout out to everyone that continues to watch and support my channel. I am truly appreciative of everyone, and I hope you guys continue to watch. Shout out to everyone.